Being frugal can be seen as being pretty boring. To us, we like the simple things in life, so we are quite content with just keeping it simple. It's how it is. If we haven't met before, hey, I'm Kelly. I'm the Frugal Fun Mum here in Adelaide, Australia. I want to welcome you to our home. I'm just going to take you on a little bit of a brief tour and talk about some of the really simple, everyday things that we do to keep frugal. We are very real around here, which is what a lot of people say they appreciate about me and this channel. So please subscribe, because we would love to have you as part of our Frugal Fun family, and give this video a thumbs up because it helps with the YouTube algorithm. And I think with today's cost of living, we all need some tips and tricks that are going to help us along the way. As I said, they might be simple, but sometimes the simple things are often the best. Let's go. First up, you'll often see in a lot of videos, I'm in my dressing gown, especially it's the middle of winter. It keeps me warm. Do I care what I look like? No, I'm a housewife. I'm here to inspire you with cleaning and motivation and teaching you how to be frugal. I'm not here for fashion. I recently acquired this beanie from the Buy Nothing group as well. Thank you very much. So it keeps me warm as well. I'll often clean the kitchen to keep me moving. That keeps me warm. It saves me on heating bills. We don't tend to have the lights on during the day, only when I'm filming a YouTube video and I need a little bit of extra background light. But if you can also see, we only have one globe in a set of 3 pendants. Some of it is pure laziness, the other 2 broke, we just haven't replaced it. But also one globe is quite enough to light the whole room. So we leave it at that. So when it comes to dishes, we will hand wash a lot of the bigger things. Sometimes they're just quick and easier, but the dishwasher that we have, we will run it during the day. It's daytime right now, so I've just paused it for this video for 1 second. So we need to turn it on because we have solar, so it's cheaper for us. When it comes to running the dishwasher, yes, we use a brand name product because we shop around. So I bought a couple of boxes of these from the Reject Shop back when they were $17 a box. So it works out to be 15 cents a tablet. I also have bought some things on clearance. Also, if we have done any multi-buys to get discounts. So sometimes my mum shops at Cheap as Chips, she'll get a reward voucher, she'll give it to me. I'll buy dishwashing tablets, then the cost still works out to be the same, even though it's gone up a bit. With the rewards, it brings it back to a base level. So I make sure that I stay around the 15 cents per tablet. Yes, probably could make my own, haven't experimented with it yet. That's one of the things on the list to do. Many of you would be aware that this is our coffee machine. It is not fancy, but it gets the job done. And we have a multiple selection of things, of course, all bought when they were on clearance, or some things were gifted to us as samples from companies. So we're happy. Everything we need is home, does the job. This is our washing machine that is nearly a year old. After nearly 23 years, our original washing machine gave up the ghost. I took it apart during lockdown and it just never worked the same since. So same with the dishwasher, we only ever use this during the day so we can use solar, and this was actually purchased for us as a present of many birthdays, Christmas presents and other things. We shopped around as well, got a really good price at The Good Guys, who price matched against another machine that we found at the time, so struck a deal. And then to use in there is just home brand laundry liquid, and I sometimes still have some products left over which I use to clean my Zumba clothes because I was gifted these as part of a YouTube collab. Code's down below if you're interested in checking it out. But yeah, most other stuff is here, and this is really simple. You'll notice that there's no dryer on the wall. I haven't had a dryer in like 21 years of my 22-year marriage. Pretty much we got rid of it not long before we moved here. Actually, I just find that it wasn't working, sucking too much power. It also just wasn't drying half of the towels and things that we needed. And so because we live in Australia, we either hang things outside, which you have seen in all of our cleaning videos, or they're hung in the lounge room with the clothes horses. Let's go. You guys would have seen in many of the cleaning videos, we have our two main clothes horses that we use to dry clothing because we live in Australia. That's what we've just grown up with. So if the weather's just not good enough outside, inside is where it is. Near the heater, it is a couple of meters away. Don't panic. And it's just the easiest and the cheapest way to dry our clothes. I think I got this from Kmart for about $20, and I think I got this from Bunnings for like about $25. It's a thicker steel than the white cheap like $10 ones you can get. I would highly say get something that's a little bit thicker and a little bit sturdier because it will last you a little bit longer. We've been gifted other clothes horses from the Buy Nothing group, but we found just by only keeping two, it just helps with the clutter and also makes us turn the laundry over a little bit faster. So I'm in the process of doing some decluttering around the house. I'm just doing little bits at a time because otherwise it can be really overwhelming. And we've just kind of loaded everything up there. Some of this stuff will go onto the Buy Nothing group because I have been very gracious in receiving many things from there. So I want to be able to pay back. But also one of the op shops that I do donate to is the other way. And I'm only down there about once every other week. So if I was to put this in the car, it would just sit there for me to drive around forever, and it's not really effective. So I need to get organized and get it done, but this is the reality of what it is. Hardly anyone comes to visit us. There is space if we need to open the door and have someone come in, but pretty much no one does. So it's not in the way and it's fine where it is. In the laundry, if we have the heater on, again, I try and set a timer so it's pretty short, but we've recently finally installed a little curtain. It's actually two curtains that are like a blackout curtain, so we've just doubled them. They're pretty lightweight, but they're just there. But it sits pretty flush to the floor, and it's really good for keeping then the heat in this room, reducing the amount of time that the heater needs to be on, and also reducing power bills. This is our linen cupboard, and we don't have a lot of linens and things, otherwise it's just too much with washing. However, we do end up accumulating a lot of stuff because I stockpile and I buy a good deal, so it just gets put here, dumped, until I can figure out a logical solution. But at least everything is the one area, so right near the bathroom, if someone needs something, then it's here. It's easy to grab. I'm pretty frugal when it comes to clothes, boring as it may be. It's what I like, and it's pretty simple. Note to self, I actually do need to clean this out and do a video for you guys. So subscribe if you haven't already, because I know you want to see it. We're pretty frugal when it comes to food, which often means we end up with lots of stuff, but still we get to save some money. And of course, if it can go in the freezer, then it will go in the freezer. But yeah, pretty much everything we have is marked down, and then that way I just make sure that it gets rotated into our menus. Even though I am frugal with food and markdowns, it sometimes means we end up with a conglomerate and a mess, because I have so many plans and ideas to be able to do everything that some things end up on the back burner and they just don't ever get done. Also means then we end up with a stockpile that really should be in the cupboard when it's sitting here, because I need to wait for the perfect time to be able to put it all together and film it for you guys, because I want it to be practical as well as purposeful. And yeah, that takes some time. So being frugal sometimes isn't very fancy. So this is currently what being frugal looks like in our backyard. Our gardener that we had, thanks to NDIS, recently just gave up his business due to cost of living. He's moved into a corporate job, and so we are on the look for a new gardener, which should be easy being in NDIS, but you know, it's time and effort to actually have to pick up the phone and deal with all of that. That's hard. Yeah, and so the plan is to maybe give some of this a go myself. I can borrow a whippersnipper, and we have a lawnmower, and I will try and ask hubby for his help, but also then I can record it because it's gonna be a hilarious video, and then I can show you guys so that I have some content, but also it gives someone something to watch. I'm completely hopeless. So yeah, if anyone's in Adelaide and they own a gardening business and would like to do a collab, I'm more than happy to help you. If you want to mow or pick stuff up, you know, let's work together. I'm not afraid of hard work, just need to do it. Oh yeah, and our garden beds, like I know I am losing massive opportunity and time to grow our own food. The motivation got up and went, and I just don't have the time. So if someone could frugally clone me, that'd be great. Cheers. So how are you frugal? I would love to know. Please leave me a comment down below and let's learn from each other. As I've said, the simple things for us are the best. It's what works for us. So I would love to know what works for you and your family. Thank you so much for joining with me today. I so appreciate your time, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye.